Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah. So I think this is all what we did last week. Yeah. Yes, all of you. This is all what we learned last week. How to write.
Yes, sir.
One second. One second.
Good morning, sir. Sorry for being late.
Yes, ma'am. So this is all what we learned last week. How to select data from one single table. Hello, selecting data from single.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Some column names, then where condition, then aggregate functions we learned, AVG, minimax, and then count.
Yes.
Then group by having we have discussed. So, and also what is the difference between where and having? Where is used to filter the records in select statement, whereas having is used to filter the records after group by, right?
Group by.
After group, because when you group similar column, I mean to say values in a column, similar values in a column. After grouping, you can do aggregate functions, some AVG, count or something you can do, right? Yeah. I think we did some examples similar like this. Last week we have done some examples, right? I want to
Yes,
know
sir.
how many employees in a given city. That means you group city and then count, right? Count of employee ID.
Yes, sir.
Right? What is how many managers are there in each city? Maybe you can group city and count number of designation wise, right? So something like that. You can group one column having duplicate values and you can use aggregate functions. Okay. Okay. Next we have seen these statements must select, where, group by, having, and also some date functions must is date, month, day, year, like this, right? These are all what we learned last week. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and also how to select only first a few records, like we have a limit is there, limit some records. To restrict the duplicates, filter the duplicates, we use distinct. Okay. This is all what we have to use to select data from some single table. But if we want to select data from more than one table, then we said we have to use joins, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So to select data from two or more tables, then we are using
Join.
I think joins, right? Yeah. Okay. So what are the different types of joins we have? Like equi-join or inner join. Yeah, first of all, understand, joins are used to select data from two or more tables.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, joins are used to select data from two or more tables. Yeah, if I take, for example, these two tables, table 1, table 2, equi-join will get the records which are common in both the tables. Right? Equi-join will get the records which are common in both the tables. Yeah, so we have left outer join. Left outer join will get all records from the first table and common records in both the tables. Yeah, if you see this image, yeah,
Yes, sir.
left outer join, if you see first table, we are getting all the records and also common records in both the tables. But whereas right outer join, opposite, left outer join, right outer join are opposite. Right outer join will get all records from second table and matching records from first table. And are matching records in both the tables, right? Whereas full outer join will get all records from both the tables and matching records also. Yeah, so these are all different types of joins. If join, left outer join, right outer join, and then full outer join.
Sir, if we have three tables, what will be the left outer join case, sir?
Left outer join will get only records from first table and common records in all the three tables.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You have seen some examples. I think last class we did, not this one. I think one example we did, no, last class. I think I've shared that, right, with you.
Yeah,
Or
sir.
else let me do once again. Yeah, if we have two tables, suppose for example, I have employee table, which has employee ID, employee name, designation, let's say date of join, let's say phone number, department ID, okay, email ID. Okay, like that there are fields, salary. Okay. Now let's say there is employee ID 100 or 101, 102. Like that some employees are there. Yeah, some designation. Okay, this employee is working in D1 department. He is also working in D1. He is working in D2 department. Now, there is also a table called department table, which has department ID, department name, what is the phone number, like that. Okay, D1 department, it is sales. Okay, duty department. Let's say this is finance department. D3 is a HR, something, there is a data like this, no? Now I want an output of, I want to display employee name. Employee name is phone number, and what is the department name he is working. I mean, which department he is working. Yeah. So what are the columns I want to display? Employee name, phone number, department name. Yeah, if you see employee name is from employee table. Employee name is from employee table, right? And phone number is also from employee table. But whereas department name is from department table. Now, the first thing, when you want to write joins, then what is the process? To write joins, what is the first step we have to see? Yeah, step 1. You have to, you have to, you have to check what are the, or like, you have to identify, right? Identify the common column, right, in both the tables. Yeah, first step 1 is you have to identify the common column in both the tables. What is the common column in both the tables?
Department ID.
Department ID, right? So this column is the common in both the tables, right? Department ID is the common column, right? This department ID is common in both the tables. So that you have to identify. Okay, the next thing. So if you want to write a join, normal how do you write a select statement? You know the syntax, select statement. Select column name from table name, like that you are writing, right? The select syntax.
Yes,
You
sir.
follow the same syntax, what you do. Now you write what are the columns you want to select. Select employee name, phone, and department name, right? Yeah, you
Yes,
write
sir.
down all the three columns. What is that? Employee name, comma,
Phone,
phone, comma,
department name.
Yeah, from which table? From employee. From employee. Now you need to join. Join with which table?
Department.
Join department table. On what condition? On
Department ID.
employee dot department ID.
Department ID.
Department dot department.
Department ID.
Department ID.
So this is the syntax. What you know? This is how you write a join statement. No? Now, if you write a join statement like this, so what is the output it will display? So these three columns we will get, right? Output. Now,
Sir,
what is the
joining from
common
another
columns
device,
for
sir,
the
please
tables?
accept.
Employee name, phone number, and then
Department name.
department name. So what is employee name? A, B, C. So A employee belongs to D1 means sales. He also belongs to sales. He belongs to finance, like. Other end, okay, phone number also will get some phone number based on this. But these are the three records it will display as per this example. Yeah, these are the three records which will display. All of you, when we write this SQL query, these are the three records we will get an output, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what is the syntax of writing a join statement? So you have to write select column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. You write whatever columns, all the columns you write. Maybe one table or two tables or three tables or all of you, it can be these columns maybe from one table or two tables or three tables, whatever it is, right? You write all the columns. All the columns, what you want, you write. Select all the columns from, you must select all the column 1, column 2, column 3, whatever it is, right? From table 1, join table 2, from table 1, join table 2. On table 1 dot, what is the column? Equal to table 2 dot column. So this column, which is common in both the tables, this common column we use for comparison here. Yeah, this here, remember node, right? Here on is like this one, on, we are writing on, right? On is like where condition, right? We are comparing the common columns, comparing the common columns in both tables. Okay, so when you use on, what is that? On is like a where condition. Okay, which will compare the common columns in both the tables. Okay, this is understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Understood.
here phone number is
Yes, sir.
also a common column, right?
Correct. So phone number is common means. Do you think that is that a employee phone number and department phone number is same?
No.
Different, sir.
Both
are different.
Is that not employee's phone number, sir, in both the cases?
No, one department will have one. What is the phone number of a department, right? To call this department, what is the phone number?
Okay.
Employee phone numbers is different phone numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That is
okay.
the
Number
phone
of
number.
department matches with employees.
No. Okay, sir. Clear, sir.
Got it right? So here the meaning,
Yeah.
compare the column in both the tables means here, identify the common column in both the tables. Okay, let me write one more point here. Identify the common columns in both the tables having
Common data.
same values. Having same values. That is important, right? Values must be common, right? Having same values. That is important, Kadma.
Yes.
Both the tables having same values. That's okay.
Yes, sir.
Now department ID here and department ID has same common values, right?
Yes,
Sir, if
sir.
we have,
Yes, sir.
excuse me, sir,
Yes.
if
ma'am.
we have more than two common columns in the tables, both the tables, is it possible, sir?
Have. We usually won't have. Why do we duplicate? That becomes redundancy, right? So during designing the database, during designing the database, so developers should not keep same column with same values in both the tables. That is called as redundancy, duplication, right? Unnecessary, no need to maintain, right? Am I any use of maintaining like that?
No,
Am I
sir.
two
No,
tables
sir.
having same column with same values, maintaining like that, any use? No use, right?
There's a
Yes,
duplicate
sir.
value.
No
Use and
use.
it's unnecessary. So never developers will create such a table. Even if you see such a table, you raise as a bug.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so database should not have, okay, two tables cannot have same columns, more than one column with same values. It should not have.
Okay, sir.
Sir, but how do we know that same column names have the same data to compare? Because here we told that phone numbers are different.
Remember, last class I told you, if you are doing database testing, you need to get that schema or the database models you should get, right? From developers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Database models you should get, right, from developers. If you see the image, it will show, right, which table is related to which table and what is the common columns in the tables.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, so you should get a design document where there is a mapping document between the tables. So which table is related to what? If you see this image, I know even there are many tables, but okay, otherwise, let us take a simple, if you take this simple model,
Boarding in progress.
yeah, if you see this, so it is, the image will show you, all of you, what are the table and map to what columns are common.
Yes, sir.
The mapping document will be there. Now in this table, this virtual machine ID, in this table, virtual machine ID is common. Okay, so here there is something written PK primary key and this is foreign key. These are the, any column which has primary key, foreign key, yes, these are the columns which we need to map in case if you want to use joins. Okay. Yes,
Data.
here in this table app ID and in this table app ID is common, right, for comparison purpose. Yeah, please tell me any
Yes,
question.
sir. Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay.
Sir, here we have tables, but not the columns, right?
If columns say in this table app table, these are the two columns.
Oh, okay, sir.
What is the app ID and virtual machine ID is the two columns, right? But if you see this table, why, I have taken a simple example. If you see this image, what do you see here now? This is a table name. What are all these things? These are all the column names.
Yes, sir.
Can
Yes,
you
sir.
see this? ID type, author, editor, year, these are all column names.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you.
And the relation also told, right, which table is related to, and a map to which table is possible to map. There is a relation between these two tables. But this, for example, this table and this table, there is no relation because there is no common column in these two tables. Okay, they will give you this, this model, document they will give developers. Okay. So this is fine, ma. So if you want to write joins, what is the first step? You have to identify the common column in both the tables having same values, ma. Then that column you can use for comparison purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next thing. So here when we use the joins here, you can write like this. This is fine. This SQL query is fine. But usually, okay, this table name I wrote employee department. These table names are very small names. Actually, if I see that employee is a very name of the table is very small names. But in real time, you see a table name is very lengthy name, almost all 20 character, 30 character names. Very lengthy names. But employee, how many characters are there in the table name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost all 6 or 7 characters, right?
8 characters.
8 characters. Okay. So, but if you see some table names, you see very lengthy names, which has even 20 to 30 character names, very lengthy names. Table names, so sometimes you see very lengthy names. Okay. So when you are using joins and when you are writing such a queries, repeating such a lengthy name many times is difficult for you, right?
Yes, sir.
But the employee itself is repeated how many times here? 2 times. My employee,
Yes, sir.
this name in this
Yes,
query,
sir.
it is repeated twice, right?
Twice.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you are using a even a more complex join, such a lengthy name, you need to repeat for many times. Oh, that becomes difficult for us. What we can do is we can use alias names. We can use alias names. So here I can write from employee. From employee, I can give some space and say E. Assume that. Now, E is the alias name I am giving for employee. Employee space, you have to give it as a space and you give some name, shortcut name you can give. But what is the shortcut name I give here? E. Any name you can give, my X or Y or Z, anything you can give, any name you can give. So which is this is called as alias name for employee. Similar way for department, can I give alias name as D? But now D is the alias name I have given for department. Now here what you can do is instead of again writing employee, you can write E dot employee equal to
D dot department ID.
Like this also you can write. So now instead of employee, what is alias name? This is E is the here E comma D, right? Or alias names, right? For the tables. Okay, E and D are the alias names. Now in further query, in further query, wherever employee repeated, you can use E. Instead of employee, you can use E. Instead of department, you can use D. Like this, we can use alias names also. Okay, this is fine. Next, another thing is, in this example, if you see this SQL query, it will perfectly execute. Because when I'm selecting employee name, EMP name, comma, phone, comma, department, EMP name is there in which table, ma?
Employee.
Employee table.
EMP name is there from employee table. No, is EMP name is there in the department also? No, right?
no.
No. So if I say EMP name, it will clearly understand. Oh, EMP name is from EMP employee table. Oh, phone is from employee table. It will very clearly understand. EMP name is from employee table. Phone is from employee table. Department name is from department table. It will clearly understand. Is it okay, ma? Right.
Yes, sir.
So EMP name is from employee table. Phone is from employee table. DEP name is from department table. It will clearly understand. Okay, ma'am? Is it clear, all of you? It will clearly understand that. Oh, which column belongs to what table? It will clearly understand. But suppose I asked you to select department ID also. Example, ma, I want you to display department ID also. I want to display department name, department ID also I want to display. Now, what is the department ID of this? D1. This is also D1. This is D2. Now, in this SQL query, if I select department name, comma, department ID, if I write like this, now this is an error. If I write like this is an error. Why it is an error?
In both the tables it have department ID.
Department ID is there in employee table as well as department table also. Now this will get a confusion. Oh, department ID, from which table you want, it has to select. I think you got all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah, employee name is selected
sir.
from employee table only. Phone is from employee table only. Department name is from department table. But department ID is there in both the tables, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is a confusion. So now here compulsory, you have to state table name dot column name. Table name dot column name.
Name.
So from which table? Any table you can select because it's the same, right? Right. E dot. Yeah, D dot department ID na or E dot department ID na. You can use anyone because if you use anything is okay, ma, because from both the tables you will get the same ID only, right? Okay, ma.
Okay,
So
sir.
any table you can select, right? Any alias name you can give, no problem. Okay. But for these columns also, if you use alias names, there is no wrong in this. Here also, if you use alias names, there is no wrong in this. But E dot employee name, okay, E dot phone, okay, or D dot department name. Like this, if you write also, there is no wrong in this. All of you, like this, if you write also, there is no wrong in this.
Yes.
Is it okay? But
Yes,
no
sir.
need to write. There is no need to write, but this is needed. The department ID, here it is needed, but for other things it is not required. But if you write also, there is no wrong in this. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So even
Sir,
if you write also, tell me.
But we are mentioning that it is from employee table, no sir. Then why to mention that D dot? We have already mentioned from employee table, right?
But department name is not there in the employee table. So we are mentioning D dot department name.
Department
No,
name,
department ID.
department name is from.
No, sir. D dot department ID already down we have mentioned from employee table, right? Then why particularly we have to mention that D dot department ID?
Then here if I don't mention like this, now both the tables have same ID, department ID is there in both the tables, right? Now then confusion kada, department ID from which table it has to select ani.
ఈ కూడా పెట్టచ్చా సార్ ఈ డాట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఐడి
Yeah, department ID you can take from any table of your choice, of your wish. As I told you, right? You can
Okay.
take from anywhere. It is same, no problem.
Like object, right, sir?
That's okay. First question, someone
No,
asked
sir.
me.
Actually, down we have written from employee